Jungkook is sitting on the dark room, leaning on his thoughts, analyzing how everything started from his expectation to have family with his wife. What a beautiful life he had created in his mind with his family. But everything turned opposite. He felt like he lost in life. His one wish to have child with his wife shattered his life in a way he can never be able to come out. He feels suffocated in his own presence. Jungkook, how sore my life is. He chuckled, smiled and speak. I hope I will stick with my decision of not marry any girl and should have alone in my life. Zero expectation from anyone, away from the chaos, away from any bond with anyone. But I got married and put her life in misery. He gasped for air and sniffed while crying. I'm bad, right? I want to scream my heart out. I'm holding so much in my heart. No one asking me how am I, how do I feel. Everyone has their own story to tell and they went through lot in their life. But mine is beautiful. Neither I went through anything nor I had bad past. Ah, he held his head which started hurting in pain. He is broken, totally miserable while tears flowing down. My child and wife, whom I met barely 10 days before, when I saw them, he choked on his tears. How should I do behave? Should I beg her? Shouldn't I ask why did she didn't come to me? Don't I have right to ask about my child? He wiped his tears from his sleeve, but again his tears flows down. Why God, why are you so cruel to me? He spoke, looking at the sky. Don't you feel pity on me? Take me to you. Free me from all of this. Free everyone from me and their pain. Don't make me cause of anyone's pain. I'm tired. Jungkook sniffs his tears. He is feeling cold from inside. He looks at his child who is sleeping, hugging Teddy in place of Jungkook, with his eyes which is filled with pain and tears. Jungkook, sorry son, your dad is so pathetic. Tomorrow your mom will come to you, live a happy life. I will be seeing you from far. His heart clenches while saying this. Ryan, I'm returning your every happiness. Be happy and stay healthy. He crumble and sleep on the floor. Ryan is packing her clothes, feeling happy, very happy cause just some time ago she got call from Jungkook and he said to her that she can stay with Jungsu with them. Ryan, friend Jimin, I am happy. Tomorrow I will meet my family. I will meet mom, dad, Jungsu. I miss them so much. Mrs. Park smiled a little with worriedness, thinking, is really a beautiful life is going to start in her friend's life? Because nowadays, for everything, we need to pay, and what they had done in past is not something which can be healed this soon. And if it is true, then she is really happy for her friend because she also want her friend to be always happy. Time skipped to early in the morning. Jungkook, I feel warm and pulled that thing to more close, but when I realized what it is, I opened my eyes and looked down. Jungkook, Jungsu? Jungsu is sleeping next to him, hugging his father while covering blanket to both of themselves. Jungkook eyes filled with emotion. Jungkook, Jungsu, Jungsu look at him with morning sleepy eyes. Jungkook, when did you come here and why? You will catch cold. Jungsu smiled. Jungsu, will you not catch cold? He asked him innocently. Jungkook didn't answer. Jungkook pressed his head to his chest gently. His eyes filled in tears and guilt. Taking deep breath, he whispered, Jungkook, you shouldn't have sleep here. Jungsu, you are sleeping on the floor and shivering in cold, so I cover you in blanket. And I slept there, but I didn't feel sleep, so I came here to sleep with you. Jungsu, when I don't used to sleep, then Mama take me to her and made me sleep on her embrace, taking me near her stomach, and I used to get sleep because I felt warm there. Jungkook stand up and carry him, then took him to the bed and sleep hugging him close to his chest, kissing his forehead. Time skipped to late morning. Mrs. Jun came to Jungkook's room where she saw both father-son sleeping, hugging each other, and Jungkook is holding him securely while Jungsu leg his father's hand, and Jungsu, who always sleep carelessly, is sleeping straight, hugging protectively his son. He chuckled and kissed both of their forehead and wished, seeing Jungkook dry tears. She thought, Mrs. Chan, please God, soon knock his door, make this little family happy. Jungsu felt grandma's kiss and wake up. Jungsu, grandma, Mrs. Chan, she said, putting her finger on her mouth, signing him to silent or lower his voice while indicating toward his dad in order to do not disturb his dad's sleep. So imitate his grandma while putting his hand on his mouth. Jungsu slowly went to her and hugged her. Jungsu, good morning, Grandma, he whispered on her ears while giggling. Mrs. Jung, good morning, little John. She also whispered in his ears, then she held his hand, took her, and went down. After some time, Jungkook also woke up and saw everything is scattered on his floor, his document, clothes, everything. He scanned the room, and while scanning his whole room, his eyes fall on his son, who is sitting on the corner and flipping something. He is so engrossed in that he doesn't notice Jungkook, so he just sits next to him. Jungkook felt his presence and looked at him. Jungsu smiled. Dada, when did you come? Jungkook, when your whole attention on this album, Jungsu. Yes, because I was finding my photos in this book, but there is no photo of mine. Why? Grandma showed me your old childhood picture on their album, but here there is no photo of mine. Why? Jungkook became speechless in front of his son. He has nothing to answer. What will he answer? That he hurted her mother so much that her mother ran away from him, or that he doesn't know his existence, so he chose to stay silent for a while. After staying silent for some moment, he speaks. Jungkook, I'm sorry, son. Your mama have all photos of you in another album, because in this album not have enough space for more photos. Do we will buy another big album and put all photos of us there. Really, Dada? Jungsu, that's good idea. Jungkook hugged him and made him sit on his lap. Jungsu, that's a good idea. Jungkook hugged him and made him sit on his lap. Then both of them started going through it. And Jungkook is narrating the story behind each photo while Jungsu is giggling after knowing the story behind these pictures. Jungkook is recalling each memories related to those photos as he is getting further. His heart is beating and he is praying that memory of happiness not to end soon, which he knows it will end soon. Jungkook is regretting of his every action which he had done before. But now what is the use of regretting? Fact is that he can't make it everything right now. It says broken thing can't be the same as it was before. No matter how much you try, the cracks will always remain on them. Jungkook, sorry Vayan for becoming the reason of your pain and adding one more trouble for you. I will set you free from every bond. Maybe this will make your life little easy. And tears slipped which he wiped before it fall and kissed Jungkook's hair. Jungkook turned to him after feeling his kiss and looked at him while smiling. He encircled his arms around his neck. He kissed his cheek. He conveyed his feeling by his action towards his father. Jungkook cupped his face while smiling, hiding his pain behind of his words. Jungkook, what if you have to stay away from your father or your mother? With whom will you stay, Jungsu? Jungsu tried to think but suddenly hugged him. Jungsu, we will stay together because I love my mama, dada both. And why will we stay away from each other? And we can stay together forever. Jungsu's tears fall on Jungkook's shoulder. It was hard for Jungkook to question and it is also hard for Jungsu to answer. Jungkook's heart is also hurting, but despite of this, he smiled and pulled him from the hug. And wipe his tears, he said, Jungkook, don't cry, son. I was just joking. We will stay always together. Now, smile for your father, please. Jungkook said, tickling Jungsoo, making him giggle. Ryan in aeroplane. Ryan, oh God, he called me and asked me to come to them. Thank you, God. Thank you so much for returning my happiness. I am the happiest person alive right now. She was smiling like idiot while getting excited, but suddenly she sided, thinking, what will I answer mom dad's question? If they ask, they treat me like their own daughter. She felt little sad remembering them, but she got disturbed. Hello, Ryan, right? Yes, and you? How do you know me? She asked the person scanning him from head to toe. The person sighed, then speak. Thank God I was looking at you for so long. I was in doubt. Should I ask you or not? By the way, I'm Jehope. We share a same college. You might don't know have noticed me because I used to be shy and reserved. Ryan, oh okay. I don't know you. I'm sorry. Jehope, can I have seat next to you? Ryan hesitated a bit. Ryan, this is not my seat. Jehope, I have talked with the owner of this seat. Ryan, then sit. Jehope, what are you doing nowadays? Ryan, nothing much. Doing job as CFO in the XYZ company. Jehope, oh, then they had so much conversation in the aeroplane, even exchanges their number. Time skipped to evening. Jungsu, where are we going, Dada? Mrs. Chan, tell us where are you taking us? Jungkook smiled at them. Jungkook, we are going somewhere where you will feel so happy after going there. Jungsu, really? Yeah, Dada, don't make any suspense now. Tell me, he said, hugging his neck from behind. Jungkook, no, it's surprise for you. Jungsu folded his arm while pouting, while whining angrily. Jungsu, okay, fine. Jungkook noticed and laughed at his cute reaction. In the airport, Mr. John, who is coming? Jungkook looked at his father as for the first time he asked him in this ride anything, or you can say talk to him, while Jungsu and Mrs. John keep asking where are we going, whom will we meet. Jungkook, someone who you like maybe more than me. Mr. John glared at him, but Jungkook looked down. Jungkook whispered, just wait a little, Dad. Jungsu is on the other hand still pouting angrily, but suddenly he shouted and ran. Jungsu, Mama! Ryan startled by sudden voice, but watching his son running to him, she smiled and spread her arms while sitting to hug her son. Jungkook looked at his family. Everyone's face lightened up seeing her. Jungkook hoped everything will be alright now. He smiled painfully looking at his family. Ryan scanned her whole family and she smiled. Ryan, I saw everyone after such a long time. They are happy seeing me here and everyone come forward to meet me. Mrs. John hugged her while scolding, crying. Mrs. John, who go like this, Ryan? Don't you miss your mom, dad? You are such a bad daughter. If you do this again, I will not talk to you ever. Ryan, I'm sorry, Mom. I will not do anything like this again. I'm sorry. She spoke, then she went to Mr. John, who got tear in his eyes after seeing her after a long time, and she bowed in front of him. Ryan, why are you crying, Dad? Mr. John wiping his tears. Mr. John, you didn't even talk to us once. It's like you don't consider me as your dad, right? Then he started walking away from there. Ryan, Dad, please, I'm sorry, Dad. You are my only dad. I missed you the most. She said, holding his hand while crying. Mr. John, oh, I can see he spoke, turning, hugging her. But this last time, I'm accepting this, okay? Jungkook smiled while wiping his tears. He turned back and went away from there. After a while, Jungkook wiped his tears, smiled through his heart while looking through the window towards his family, who is coming towards his car while everyone talking and happily laughing. Beautiful, with Jungsu is jumping towards him while walking. This is the family he had always created and wished for. He smiled and wiped his tears, saying, Jungkook, always make them happy and healthy like this God and look after. Jungsu, Dada, he said cheerfully, running towards car. Ryan's attention also went to him as their eyes met, but he put glasses, walking out of the car for opening the door for everyone. He made his parents and Jungsu sit, then went to put Ryan's luggage on trunk. Jungkook saw Ryan is struggling to put the luggage on the trunk. Jungkook, you go sit, I will do this. Ryan leave the luggage, then Jungkook took it from there and put it on the trunk. While Ryan is looking at him, smiling, she is feeling happy after meeting his family. She walks behind him and she sit on the car. Jungsu, Mama, here is your drink. Ryan looked at the bag at his son. Ryan, I don't drink. Jungsu, oh sorry, it's grandma's drink. Here is yours and Dada, he said, placing her drink on her hand. Ryan smiled, looking at her drink, which she loved to drink the most. Ryan, who bought this? Jungsu, Dada bought drink for everyone. Ryan, wish you had remembered all this when you are drunk and had chosen the word wisely, but Ryan smiled, looking at her drink, which she loves to drink. Ryan smiled sarcastically and put the straw in her mouth, looking at Jungkook through the rear mirror. Then, after some time, he also come and sit, then drive to home. Jungkook, you all go. I will bring her luggage. Everyone walked toward the house, leaving Jungkook behind. Jungkook wiped his tears and smiled, looking at his family's back. He is very fond of his family. Jungkook, stay happy. Ryan, everyone is same as before. I thought mom dad will ask me many questions, but they didn't. Just one thing is that Jungkook and I didn't talk till now. Time skipped to evening. Their behavior is as it was before. Just till now, Jungkook and Ryan didn't talk to each other. Jungkook was going out, then holding his hand, Ryan said, Jungkook looked at her hand, then at her. Ryan, Jungkook, please don't drink. You are the backbone of this family. More of that, you are Jungsu's idol and superhero. Jungkook felt some strong emotion. He gulped a lump down before saying, Jungkook, I will not touch it from now on till I will be alive. He returned to his study room and locked the room. Ryan smiled. Why I never noticed you. Our life may be something else if I would have courage to confess about my insecurities to you. Jungkook is fully engrossed in his work when Mr. John come and cup of drink for both of them. Mr. John knocked. Jungkook, without looking at door, spoke, come. Mr. John cleared his throat and slid his cup to him. Mr. John, here, drink this, it will get cold. Jungkook looked back and stand up in front of his father. Jungkook, Dad, you here? Sit, he said, sliding his chair to him. Mr. John sit and looked at him. Jungkook, do you need anything? Mr. John didn't say anything, just drink his drink while Jungkook is staring at him. Mr. John, what? Sit and drink this. Jungkook, huh? Yeah. Jungkook started sipping the drink. Mr. John, what happened to you? Jungkook avoided his eyes and spoke. Jungkook, nothing. What will happen to me? I'm all fine, he said, smiling, controlling his emotion. Mr. John put his hand on his shoulder while patting. Mr. John, I trust you weren't lying. After a pause, he asked, do you still love Ryan? Jungkook stays silent. Mr. John, Jungkook, I'm sorry for forcing you to get married. I messed your life so much. Jungkook, no dad, it was beautiful before. It just I didn't had the ability to manage this. If I would had tried little harder, then it shouldn't like this. Leave it dad, it passed now. Mr. John, one more thing, Jungkook. We had known about Ryan's past. We told her not to tell you before marriage so you don't get back off of this marriage. Still, she is going to tell you after marriage, but after marriage, you told her at very first day you will never accept her as your wife. She decided to keep it to herself, but after 8 months, you confessed to her. Jungkook hurt means I am the only one who doesn't know anything. Mr. John, I'm sorry. Mr. John, we will respect you both's decisions. Just remember, whatever you decide will affect Jungsu the most. And one more thing, I will always help Ryan. She is like my child. Jungkook, I know that you both love her so much that you didn't talk to your son for 2 years. Mr. John, it doesn't mean that I don't love you. I love you the same. Jungkook, I'm not jealous of her dad and don't feel bad. For me, trust me, I will fix everything before leaving. Mr. John confused. Mr. John, what? Jungkook, nothing, dad. I was saying I will make everything right. Mr. John patted his back. Mr. John, I trust you. He left the room and after some time he also left the room. Jungkook come to his room and saw Wyan and Jungsu is sleeping on his bed hugging each other. Wyan is sleeping in his room cause Jungsu insisted her.